Hola, I'm Alaska Latina. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This whole Thanksgiving saga started early Wednesday morning. So right now I was trying to make Grinch cookies and I was trying to let you guys know there with my very non-sign language skills, saying that I'm doubling the recipe. I think it was 4 eggs, 1/3 cup times two, I think I was trying to say on the video, and then I ended up saying like two cake mix. But yeah, that was my attempt. I really need to learn sign language. It would make maybe some of these videos a little bit more interesting and not so bleh, so blah. But yes, so this year it was just me, my two boys, and my husband. My daughter is in Kansas celebrating with her husband. Unfortunately, miss her so much because on Thanksgiving this year it was her birthday. She turned 26 years old. And I feel old and I miss her so much, but she's happy, so I can't be too sad. At least she's happy who she's with and what she was doing and all that good stuff. So I wish nothing but the best for her in life. Still miss her to death, but that's something else. So I ended up doing these cookies. Okay, so when I say I was trying to do Grinch cookies, I rolled them in flour, not in flour, but in sugar, and I don't know why. I just did it. For the Grinch cookies, they're supposed to stay green, and you put, like a little heart. What are those called? Sprinkles. I am sorry. I'm just like all over the place. So when I was doing this, my kids, you'll notice me talking. Oh, there's a perfect timing. You'll see me talking. This one was actually my husband. He was playing COD. I don't know if I can say the actual game, but as I am talking right now, my cat is literally opening the door. She is moving her body. She's throwing herself up against the door, like her body. I need to have my husband record it on the other side, and I need to post that because, yeah. And for some reason, our stupid door does not latch very well in the winter, so it is what it is. So you can actually see my husband here. We were talking. I was just doing the dough. So because the dough is kind of soft, you do the food coloring, you do all that stuff, and then you stick it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours so it can be like more like a little firm Play-Doh texture. But anyways, my husband was, there. You'll see him coming in, and actually no, I think that was the only time he actually went to the kitchen. But we were talking. My boys ended up coming in a couple times throughout this video. So if you're wondering who's she talking to, it was everybody. So that's why I couldn't really talk in the video because, well, everybody was coming in and out. And also you'll notice there's times where it cuts because, well, everybody was calling, everybody was texting. I really like the way these turned out. Now, the other ones, the only reason why the cookies ended up being kind of marbly was because I have arthritis. So my hands started hurting. So I was like, you know what? We're good. This is going to be like a candy cane type of thing. So this year for our Thanksgiving vegetable, every year it changes. I do two through vegetables, sometimes one. This is one. I ended up doing bok choy. I don't know why, but we all really liked it. I never cooked it before. I don't know. Well, I think I have once, but that was like a long time ago. But yeah. So I ended up cutting it up, washing it up, making sure it was ready. You see me here making some lemon pie. It is super easy, super quick. 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, about a half a cup, but I always like putting a little bit more. You do you. Mix it up really good together. Put it in a pie crust. Stick it in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours, and you are good to go. If you want, you can add a little bit of Cool Whip to it. Mix it up, and there you go. It just adds a little bit more like texture to it. It's good. It's delicious. Yeah, like I said, I was in and out. I was like all over the place. In the back, you'll notice on the burner, you'll see, what is that called? Yams. You don't see them, but they're in the thing. They're cooking. I ended up doing some, not candied yams, because I guess the candied yams are the ones in the cans. So this is candy yams, I was told. Specifically candy. I'm like, oh, okay, they're candy yams. So it was nice. I ended up making homemade macaroni and cheese also. I ended up cutting up the cheese. I don't think I ended up taping that. I couldn't tape everything because, like I said, I was just like in and out. And I was just all over the place. People were calling, people were texting. Then I was listening to stuff on my phone, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta record. But yes, so you're noticing me whisking this up. You have to whisk it up for at least a minute. At least a good minute to make sure that all the citrus stuff gets all into the, what's that called? Into the milk. That way it curdles or whatever it does, and it does its thing. So you're going to put it in the refrigerator, like I said, for about 2 hours. So you'll notice in the background on the left, there's like a bunch of other stuff. I still got stuffing, crackers, cheese, the meat play, all that stuff. It's crazy what I'm about to say. But I do enjoy the madness of Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner. I know that's really crazy of me, but I actually, in some sick, twisted way, I do enjoy it. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I do. So I ended up cutting, yes, we do cans just because I like it. And this is the bok choy that's all nice and clean and washed. I ended up prepping these things. I also did a few other little things. Okay, so earlier I ended up making some candy almonds. Super easy. I'll go ahead and put the recipe. Actually, I'll do those later. It's super easy. You just get some dried almonds, salted or not. Get one thing of egg yolk, whisk it up really, really, really good. Put about 16 ounces of the almonds in there on a separate mix it up really good. On a separate sheet or little thing, you put half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg. Mix that all up together really good. And when all that's mixed up, you put it into your candied or into your almond mixture. Mix it up. Put your oven at 350. Put it on a cookie sheet. Put almonds on a cookie sheet. Go ahead and put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Mix it up. Put it in for another 10 minutes and let them cool and enjoy. So these damn candied yams were getting on my nerves. I was trying to be careful and not take too much of the meat with the skin, but it wasn't happening. There was like a layer of meat that was going with the skin, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna fight it. I'm just kind of over this at this point. I don't know if you can hear my cat in the background, but if you do, that's the cat trying to open the door a little bit more. She can just stick her little nose in it, but yeah, in case you guys were wondering what's going on in the background. She's definitely attached to me. I swear, as soon as I come home, she'll follow me around for a while. She'll meow. I have to hug her. I have to pet her and all this stuff. So yeah. Okay, so for our family, I really thought 2 yams would be not enough, but it was actually more than enough. I know they're obviously, different sizes and stuff, so I ended up grabbing one average size one, I guess, and then one smaller one. So yeah, this is actually my son. You can see him a little bit, not a lot. We were just kind of talking some. He just ended up coming back, I believe, from work. I don't know. He usually goes to work and then he'll come back and go to the gym. Or I guess go to the gym after work and then come home is what I mean. But either way, I like it when my son comes in and we just start talking. Either one of my boys, it's just amazing. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy, especially since they're older now. They don't want to hang around mom all the time and stuff. And my son's saving up to buy a house so he can move out. And yeah. I keep on telling him, well, you want a big property. You want to buy a car first. You want to do this first. You want to go there first. I don't know. I'm not ready for him to move. He ended up getting out of the military not that long ago. So, he's still at home. But for some reason, he wants to leave. I keep on telling him, you're only 22. You just got out of the military a few months ago. Why don't you stay home for, 5, 6 years, 7 maybe. Let's wait till you're 30. You'll save some money, I tried, but he just kind of looks at me like, no. I'm like, okay, I see. I don't know. He ended up joining the military when he was 17 years old. He ended up having his 18th birthday in AIT school. That's after he finished boot camp. Yeah, it was hard for me, but I'm so happy he's back. So for the yams, we're going to cut them up. So you want to boil them for about 10 to 15 minutes. That way they're easier to peel. I did end up leaving them a little bit longer. Probably shouldn't have, but I did. So yeah. So just chop them up into little bite-sized pieces so all the goodness can get in there. So I'm just going to make this super, super easy. Just some brown sugar is what I'm getting right here. I'm also going to get, what did I end up getting? Oh, the cinnamon, the cinnamon. You're going to see me here in a minute. So of course we're going to add a little bit of butter. Butter makes everything so much better. I don't know how much, just whatever you want to put. I just ended up putting a few globs here, a few globs there. So right now I think I'm talking to my husband. I think he ended up coming back. I don't think I was talking to my son at this point. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I ended up doing all of this stuff on Thursday or on Wednesday for Thursday. Like I said, this was just the four of us this year. But man, it was still a lot of food, like a lot of food. Oh my gosh. So as far as the brown sugar, I just kind of depends, some people put more, some people put less. For me, I think I ended up putting a total of, probably a good cup and a half. And I ended up putting just a little bit of nutmeg. And this is kind of when I started like just losing it. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm like all over the place. But anyways, I just want to sprinkle some nutmeg on top. So I did not find any cinnamon. Like I have cinnamon sticks, but I'm talking about like cinnamon. I don't know what happened at the store. I've been looking for it for at least a week. So we have some cinnamon stick I use for my horchata or from just random little things here and there and stuff. So today was my first time grinding this on our grinder. So this is actually supposed to be a coffee grinder, but you know what? I cleaned it out super, 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 super freaking good and ended up putting that in there. And it worked. I was afraid it was going to, taste and smell like coffee. I ended up doing one kind of quick stick and stuff and then rinsed it all out again just in case, there was any kind of coffee in the background of, somewhere in their little nooks and crannies and whatever. So I ended up doing that and it worked. It worked wonderfully. So because the cinnamon sticks were still kind of large on the bottom, the powdery, like the light powder ended up floating to the top of the lid. That's why you see me kind of taking the lid off and kind of just like banging it and stuff. Because, that's the only way I was able to get the nice ground one. The other one just kind of looked like a bunch of little sticks. So this is just me going and wrapping this up, put it in the refrigerator and ready for tomorrow. So this fast forward to the later on during the day. So before this is when I ended up doing those almonds that you saw earlier. Yeah. So this is me just rolling this up. I think it ended up making a total of like 24 or 5 cookies, something like that. They are ready to be put in the oven. So this is Thanksgiving. Yeah, I was making a face because me and my husband had to go to the store because I forgot celery and I forgot what else. And this is us going back. Yes. And this was me first time making some pumpkin pie. It was super, super easy. I think I'm going to twist it, make it a little different next year, but 2 eggs, 1 can of condensed milk, and a large can of that, what's it called, stuff, the pie. Put it into pie crust, frozen pie crust, stick it in the oven for about 45 minutes. This is just some onions, celery, sauteing, making some of the stuffing, getting some eggs, deviled eggs, made bacon, tahini, and regular deviled eggs. Seasoned this with like almost every seasoning a little bit of every seasoning we had in our pantry. And yeah. And the pie. Everybody loved the pie. So next year I'm going to add a little bit of brown sugar to the recipe to see how it is. But yeah. Everybody was happy. This was about the end of my meal prepping stuff. Everything's getting ready to be put into the oven, getting ready to finish up. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. And we are about done. Getting the dishes out, the bok choy. Ended up making it with a little bacon and some chili oil. Everybody loved it. Everybody did. And my husband took over cutting the turkey. My father it was his job every year. But he passed away. Love you, Dad. And this was dinner. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And our pets did grub too. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.